Virgo, welcome to your weekly tarot reading for June the 20th to June 26th. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week ahead. I'm going to do a Celtic cross this week to get started and see what messages we have for Virgo for their week ahead. Ooh, look at that. Virgo, this is where you're sitting at right now. We've got the Strength card and the Eight of Wands. So you're feeling confident. You're tapped into your intuition. You got a green light to go for it. What is it? It's going to depend for everybody. But you feel like you can overcome any obstacle right now. The only thing that's crossing you right now is this idea that you sort of need to get distance from some situations that you're thinking about. You're needing to get some distance from these thoughts, these beliefs. You're needing to heal from something, but all other signals are pointing at yes. You've got the Strength card, Eight of Wands, very positive cards, very much getting the green light, feeling confident that you can overcome obstacles and feeling like you're being guided. But there is an obstacle with something on your mind. There's something you're needing to heal from. Let's see what's top of mind here for Virgo. The Four of Wands is top of mind. You've got your eyes focused on a reward here, success, inner happiness, perhaps marriage, perhaps you're looking at uniting with someone. Four of Wands can be sort of this energy of passing through a gateway where you enter into a new phase of things. I feel like intuitively you are being guided and that you feel confident, but there is still this idea, something on your mind that could be holding you back with that Six of Swords. There's the Seven of Wands. Yeah, so this is something that has got you turning around to look in the rearview mirror here. Something from the past that you're sort of checking in on, or you're feeling like there could be people that you can't trust, like you're feeling envy, or you're feeling like maybe someone is drawing a comparison and now they have become your competition. So you're very aware of who you can trust and who you can't trust. You may be distracted by something from the past. You're feeling confident that you can overcome things, but there's a part of you that keeps turning your neck to look back. So that makes me wonder if you feel safe. Do you feel like someone is going to be a threat? Do you fear competition? Are you making comparisons, or do you feel other people could be making comparisons? What is the past energy around this? Past energy is the Five of Pentacles. So you may have suffered losses in the recent past, or perceived losses when it comes to money, when it comes to security. You may have felt like you were left out of something, that you weren't being cared for, or looked after, you know what I mean? And you may have also sort of felt like you had a setback or a loss in the recent past. Upcoming future for you, Virgo, we see the Nine of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords is such an intense energy. Nine of Swords can really point to feeling paranoid or having deeply anchored fears about something. There's an inner turmoil here, exactly as we were saying. With that Six of Swords, there's something that you need to let go of. Something that is still like has this negative talk in your mind, and you're being presented with an opportunity in the upcoming future to heal this. And seeing that Five of Pentacles in the past makes me think that you come from a situation where you've suffered, right? You've had things happen that have created suffering, and it's almost like the attachment to those things is continually causing you to suffer. And so seeing that Nine of Swords coming up in the future energy says to me that this negative self-talk has to stop, because it's starting to affect your confidence that you feel in the present. So it's sort of like you need to watch how you talk to yourself. You need to watch what you're making true in your mind right now, because it's almost like you need to get distance from anything that robs you of your confidence. Let's see, inner dialogue for Virgo. Oh, it's too many cards. Let's shuffle again. Inner dialogue for Virgo. Inner dialogue. is the Queen of Cups in reverse. So yeah, you're triggered. You're emotionally triggered, and you could be acting sort of from a position of emotion taking the lead. And you know, the Queen of Cups, when I see the Queen of Cups in reverse, I can't help but wonder what it is that you've got this emotional attachment to, because that's what's causing your suffering. You could be either trying to sort of overly control your emotions, or you're suppressing them. You're not really letting yourself feel something. There may be an opportunity here for you to take responsibility for your own feelings. There's also this idea here of being triggered. And so, you know, when we're emotionally triggered, sometimes we're not 100% rational. You know what I mean? We're triggered. That's the whole idea of being triggered, is that some wound that needs healing, Six of Swords, is pushing through and coming to the surface as feeling emotionally triggered. Queen of Cups in reverse can sometimes feel to me like a how dare you moment is happening, right? Like you're having a moment where you're like, how dare you do that to me, right? Or how dare you attempt to hurt me? You know what I mean? It's a how dare you situation. How other people see you is that you have the opportunity to start over. Like you have the opportunity here to begin again. And that you're not necessarily taking that opportunity. When I see the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like you're needing to be more grounded in the now. And you might not be. You might be solely focused on achieving success and sort of dismissing, perhaps needing to take a fresh look at things, right? You might need a fresh set of eyes here. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse can also show me that you're feeling stuck, and that you're feeling terribly triggered by something, and it's creating stagnation, and now you feel stuck. You might even be looking for a shortcut instead of realizing that what's necessary is to look at this with a fresh perspective, to start over. You know, there may be something that needs to start over. You know, it's interesting. You feel confident and you feel like you can go for something, but man, oh man, there's this whole other energy happening within you where you're triggered and you're not able to see that a new perspective is required. Yes, you might even be overworking. You're working too hard. You're working too hard. Now, these cards just fell on the floor. So, King of Swords with the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you're overly focused right now on acquiring resources. And you might be overworking, putting too much pressure on yourself. And you know that a choice needs to be made. Like, do I continue in the same path, or do I start again? Do I start a new path? And I kind of have this feeling that you may be feeling kind of stubborn, that you're not willing to take a new path. You're like, no, this path is going to work and I'm going to make it work. But a perspective shift is required. Yeah, there is a shift in perspective required. Ace of Swords coming out to close your reading. So it's interesting. We see the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck in reverse. So that tells me that you're not feeling emotionally fulfilled. Your goal is to have that inner peace. But in order to get that inner peace, you're going to have to look at things from a different perspective than you have been. Because I feel like right now you're overworked. You're over-focused on sort of whatever it is that's got you triggered, and you're suspicious and paranoid of people around you. You're not trusting, and I feel like you're not really even trusting yourself. When I see that Nine of Cups in reverse, I can't help but think that you're not happy. You're not happy. You're confident and you're going for something, but it's like, what's motivating you, Virgo? Is it the wound motivating you, or is it the feeling of being kind of stubborn motivating you? Like, what's the motivation right now? That's my question. It feels like seeing that Ace of Swords is that you need a new way of looking at this. You've got the Fool and the Ace of Swords. You're sort of really needing to shift your perspective in order to feel less triggered emotionally, and that will calm that feeling of paranoia as well. Now, let's see here. What card do we get? For you, Magic. There's the image. There's the image. Now, the message on the card says, trust your inner wisdom. Absolutely. Take time for introspection. Explore etheric realms. Your spirit is immortal. This tells me that you're leaving spirit out a bit too much right now, and you're really, really focused solely on physical, earthly security. Like, you're working really hard. You're trying to accumulate money. You might be trying to get a project off the ground. You're trying to sort of pass through a period where there were previous losses. It's almost like you're trying to make up for that. And in doing so, you're starting to lose perspective. So you're being guided to really focus on exploring that inner wisdom to see why, right? Like, why are you feeling so unhappy and a lack of emotional fulfillment? You know, like perhaps a new direction is the answer when I see that Fool card. I'm going to leave it at that for you this week, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it's resonated with you, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. It's so nice to connect with you through these readings. As always, I'm sending you so much love and light. Have a wonderful week, my friends.